Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the MFA and the EFA exit exam question paper. So the pattern and the what type of question will come in your exit exam. So we are going to discuss over here. So please watch the video thoroughly and see all the question carefully, so that you will be able to give the exit exam and make the correct answer. So we have chosen all the questions from the already past paper which has been asked in the exit exam. So we will start and we will keep discussing also in the between if any doubt will be there, and in the comment you can ask if any doubt is there. Now we'll start with the question number 1. A crew member has fallen from a height of about 5 meters and the conscious cannot feel any pain in his limbs. What should you do? So option A, carry the patient to the ship's hospital. Option B, tie the patient to a piece of wood that can be used as. Option C, put the patient into the recovery position in case he vomit. Option D, do not move the patient as he may have neck or spine injuries. So the right answer will be option D, that is the do not move the patient as he may have neck or spine injury, because he has fallen down from the height, so he may have the neck injury or the spine injury, because the spinal cord, you must be knowing that if any person is having the spinal injury, so he may go into the coma and he may also, his body can be stopped working. So do not move the patient, because if you will move the patient, it may possible that their injuries can be destroyed and it can be maximized or it can be more. So it is the better is that do not move the patient, and the right answer will be option D. So do not move the patient as he may have neck or spine injuries. Now move to question number 2. If a person has been overcome by fumes from toxic cargoes such as acetone, cyanidrine, and has ceased breathing, you would. Option A, wait for a respirator to be brought from the ship's first aid locker and use it. Option B, do nothing until professional medical help arrives. Option C, place him in a stream of fresh air and let breathing restart by itself. Option D, immediately start mouth to mouth resuscitation. So the right answer will be that is the option A. Wait for resuscitator to be bought from the ship's first aid locker and use it, because if a person, anybody has inhaled the toxic cargoes and any fumes, so the better will be that use the resuscitator, and always use the resuscitator from the which has been prescribed and which is in the ship's first aid locker. Generally it is present or the hospitals of the ships. Now move to question number 3. Which of these would be the best action if you suspected a casualty was choking? Option A, get the casualty to lie down flat on his back. Option B, sit the casualty down and place his head between his knees. Option C, press suddenly and sharply into the casualty abdomen with a quick hard thrust. Option D, tap the casualty on the back between his shoulder blades. So the right answer will be option C, that is press suddenly and sharply into the casualty's abdomen with a quick hard thrust. So the right answer will be option C. Now move to question number 4. What is meant by the term compound fracture? So option A, a bone that is broken in more than one place. Option B, a bone that has broken leaving jagged edge. Option C, a broken bone with its ends of the bone protruding from the skin. Option D, a broken bone that is causing bleeding. So the right answer will be option A, that is a bone that is broken in more than one place. So that is the called as the compound fracture, where the bone a bone can be broken from the more than one place. Suppose in the hand or the leg, there is the serious injury, serious impact. So it may possible that the bone has been broken into the more than one part or more than like two part, three part. So two, three places it has been broken. So that is called the compound fracture. Now move to question number 5. The ABC rules are an important part of the first aiders know how. What does the first aid ABC rules stand for? Option A, adults behind children. Option B, a better control. Option C, airway, breathing, circulation. Option D, anything but continuation. So the right answer will be option C, that is airway, breathing, circulation. So any first aid, so that is the ABC, the first aid giving any person we are giving the first aid. So ABC is the starting point. So ABC is the airway you have to check the airway. Breathing, B for breathing, so you have to check the breathing, the person or the casualty is breathing or not. And the circulation, so you have to check the pulse, so circulation is there or not. Now move to question number 6. Severe pains in the chest occurs when the coronary arteries which supply blood to the heart become too narrow for sufficient oxygenated blood to reach the muscle of the heart. Normally these attacks only last a few minutes and the pain stops if the casualty rests. What kind of medicine to be taken when an angina pectoris attacks occurs? So the option A, chlorosine phosphate. Option B, nitrohydrogen tablets. Option C, petidine. Option D, nitroglycerin tablets. So the right answer will be option D, that is the nitroglycerin tablets. Now move to question number 7. If you are doing heart compression, approximately how many compression per minute is about right? Option A, about 10 compression per minute. Option B, about 100 compression per minute. Option C, about 60 compression per minute. Option D, about 40 compression per minute. So the right answer will be option C, that is about 60 compression per minute. Means about in a 1 second you have to give one compressor. Now move to question number 8. Which of the following conditions would indicate that a casualty was dead? Option A, the skin is wet and clammy. Option B, casualty is not moving. Option C, casualty is pale. Option D, eyes are glazed and sunken. So the right answer will be option D, that is the eyes are glazed and sunken. Actually there are the more symptoms that the casualty can be identified, that is that they are dead, but the in this option, so the right and appropriate, most appropriate will be the eyes are glazed and sunken. So that identify that the person is no more and he is dead. Now move to question number 9. What damage could occur if first aider's hands are placed at the tip of the sternum during heart compression? So option A, the patient may vomit as his stomach is squeezed. Option B, the lungs might be punctured leading to severe loss of breath. Option C, the ribs might be cracked. Option D, the liver might be torn leading to severe internal bleeding. So the right answer will be question number 10. The cardiovascular system refers to what parts of the body? Option A, the brain and nervous system. Option B, the lungs. Option C, the bones and muscle. Option D, the heart and blood circulation system. So the right answer will be option D, that is the heart and blood circulation systems. Now move to question number 11. A shipmate touches some live electrical wires and collapses unconscious. What's the first thing you should do? Option A, find and isolate the source of the electricity. Option B, put rubber sole shoe on your feet. Option C, dampen the victim with a wet towel. Option D, immediately check for signs for breathing and a pulse. So the right answer will be option A, that is the find and isolate the source of the electricity. So of course, whenever any person is touching the live electrical wires in not only on the ship or anywhere, so the first and foremost action will be that isolate the source of electricity either by putting out the fuse or cutting the wire or switching off the any switches creating the electricity, so you can turn off the switch, turn off the main power, turn off anything which is uh, passing, which can be cut the electricity at the for that point. Now move to question number 12. What is meant by an open fracture? Option A, one that occurs at the end of a bone. Option B, one where an end of the one of the bones pierces the skin. Option C, one where the bones has broken into more than one piece. Option D, one where more than one bone is involved. So the right answer will be option B, that is the one where an end of one of the bones pierces the skin. Means the open fracture is generally the where sometimes you might have seen that the fracture is there, hand fracture is there, but there is no any skin damages. Means there is no, means that they are having the internal uh, uh, damage. So it's just that they are swollen up. But in the open fracture, what generally happens, if some person having the open fracture, that means that bones comes out and comes out from the skin, and you can easily see by your neck that the bone has been come out from the body. Suppose the hand fracture is there, the major hand fracture is there, sometimes the bone can pierce into the skin of the body and you can easily see that bones. So that is the open fracture, means generally just you can cut the your skin has been cut and the bones come out. Now move to question number 13. You are a part of a team of two first aiders in a resuscitation situation. What is the rhythm of resuscitation with two first aiders? Option A, 10 compressor within every 3 inflation. Option B, 5 compression after every 1 inflation. Option C, 7 inflation before every 5 compression. Option D, that is the 3 compression after every 1 inflation. So the right answer will be option B, that is the 5 compression after every 1 inflation. Now move to question number 14. After checked for open airway, given the first 2 inflation and check the pulse to make sure that the heart is beating, what is the rate of inflation given until natural breathing is restored? So the option A, 12 to 16 times per minute. Option B, doesn't matter how many times. Option C, 10 to 12 times per minute. Option D, 25 to 27 times per minute. So the right answer will be option A, that is the 12 to 16 times per minute. So this is the normal breathing. So if it is there between the 12 to 16, so you can understand the it has been come to the normal position. Now move to question number 15. If mouth to mouth (MTM) ventilation by itself is unsuccessful and the casualty's heart stop or has stopped beating, you must perform external chest compression (ECC) in conjunction with MTM (mouth to mouth). When performing ECC, where do you place your hand on the casualty's body? Option A, the correct position of your hands are of no importance. Option B, place of the heel of one hand, two finger breadth above the bottom of breastbone, cover the hand with the heel of the other hand. Option C, place the heel of your hand on the top of the heart position, cover the hand with the heel of the other hand. Option D, place the heel of your two hands on the top of breastbone. So the right answer will be option B, that is the place the heel of one hand, two finger breadths over the bottom of breastbone, cover the hand with the heel of the other hand. So that is the more important in the giving the heart compression. So be careful because if you are not trained or if you don't know how to give the chest compression, it can deteriorate the person and it can further increase the casualty, because it may possible that you will damage their limb, you will damage their other organs, or it may possible that the person can be death also. So it is the most important thing that whenever you are giving the chest compression, your hand should be on the correct position. Now move to question number 16. Which of these drugs might be given to reduce severe pain? Option A penicillin, option B caffeine, option C morphine, option D betadine. So the right answer will be option C, that is the morphine. So morphine is given in the painkiller. So morphine is the painkiller. So everybody might be knowing in the normal days also. So the right answer will be option C, that is morphine. Now move to question number 17. A casualty has been injured by crushing his hand in an item of machinery. Which of the following should never be done? Option A. Give the patient some water provided there is no injury to the abdomen. Option B. Have the casualty lie down. Option C. Apply direct pressure to the wound. Option D. Give the patient a shot of alcohol to help ease of the pain. So the right answer will be option D. That is the give the patient a shot of alcohol to help ease the pain. Now move to question number 18. So mouth to mouth MTM ventilation by itself is unsuccessful and casualty heart stop or has stopped beating. You must perform external chest compression in conjunction with MTM. What is the rhythm when performing MTM in combination with ECC with one of first aider only? So option A 20 compression followed by 5 full ventilation. Option B 5 compression followed by 5 full ventilation. Option C 10 compression followed by 3 full ventilation. Option D 15 compression followed by 2 full ventilation. So the right answer will be option D, that is the 15 compression followed by 2 full ventilation. Now move to question number 19. What is the rhythm when performing mouth to mouth MTM ventilation in combination with chest compression by one first aider only? Option A 20 compression followed by 5 full ventilation. Option B 10 compression followed by 3 full ventilation. Option C 15 compression followed by 2 full ventilation. Option D 5 compression followed by 5 full ventilation. So the right answer will be option C, that is the 15 compression followed by 2 full ventilation. Now move to question number 20. If an injured person pulse cannot be felt at the wrist, where on the body should be pulse be taken? Option A the ankle. Option B the chest near the heart. Option B the top of the leg. Option D the side of the neck. So the right answer will be option D, that is the side of the neck, because the first and foremost beating of the any circulation will be heard and felt near the side of the neck. If you are not feeling on the wrist, then you can check on the neck. If their neck is the circulation is there, so it will be felt. If it is not getting felt, then it may possible, then you have to give the circulation. So we have finished with the all the question for the today's video. So I think this much video and this much question will be enough for the exit exam. So you have got the idea, and the pattern will be same, the question level will be same. So it is the very much easy question, so you can easily correct the right answer. So you can watch the video again, and we will keep posting the related to MFA and EFA and all the exit exam, not only the EFA, like PSSRB, PSSR, PSCRB, PST, MFA, AFF, KEMCO, GESCO, RESCO, SSO. So all the exit exam question paper will be uploaded on this YouTube channel. So please subscribe my channel and watch the video according to your exit exam. Thank you everyone.